Hey there guys, this is Dave from DC On Screen. I just wanted to let you know that DC On Screen is now officially a part of the 11th Annual People's Podcast Awards. If you would like to vote for DC On Screen, go to podcastawards.com, scroll to the bottom, and write us in on the TV and film ballot on the right-hand side. Then, on the left-hand side, put your name, your email address, then submit. Importantly, you can nominate up to 20 shows for different categories, but you could submit the nomination form only one time. Make sure you nominate all your favorite shows in their respective category. Once you hit submit, that's it. You're done for 2016. Can't go back, can't do it again. Settle in now for a brand new episode of DC On Screen. Welcome in to DC On Screen, episode 160. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Yep.
And today we are going to get all up in spoilery on Lucifer 112, hashtag Team Lucifer, to recap a ritualistic satanic sacrifice as Lucifer up in arms while he attempts to remain at arm's length from Detective Decker, since he's realized that she makes him mortal. The suspect in the murder then turns up sacrifice as well, and some clues point to Lucifer while another points to a disturbed street preacher who accosts Lucifer in public. Of course, Malcolm, formerly of Hell, rescues Lucifer from harming the preacher publicly, and of course it is Malcolm who is called quite literally red-handed. Lucifer is livid that Malcolm would do such things in his honor, but Amenadiel shows up to confront Lucifer about Maze, who he's been having sex with. And since Maze almost killed Amenadiel, or he thinks she did, with the demon blade, but he didn't see that she was hesitating because of her feelings. I don't know, whatever. So a big fight between Lucifer and Amenadiel. Maze brings them the daggers and tells them to kill each other because she's done being their pawns. Amenadiel leaves, Lucifer begins to drink and nurse his wounds, and Chloe comes by but puts Lucifer under arrest when she finds the street preacher murdered beside the bar. How was it you put it? This episode came dangerously close to being a show?
Yep.
Yeah. I liked this episode.
I did. I even the opening scene was so much fun too. She's just tossing knives, like different kinds of knives at him. Mm-hmm. Just nope. And I love it when Lucifer actually stops to get physical for a second. This was a wonderful little episode about it. Like there was a lot of it in there actually, because we're talking about a demon here. I feel like he should be able to fight. So sure enough, when he catches the blade, you know, the one that actually would prick him. Now we're talking. Mm-hmm.
And you know that's the gun. That's the Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I like when he told Malcolm, when Malcolm winked at him, he says, "Yeah, the wink with the porn mustache, sending the wrong message." But I love so much about this episode. I loved when they went to the satanic church and Lucifer says, or the guy tells him, "You're supposed to be blonde," and he goes, "Yes, I get that a lot." For those of you who don't know, the character in the comic book, the Lucifer comic book that this is based on, is blonde. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't know if you caught this, but the guy that they thought killed the woman, Corazon, his name was Mike Carey, who was the writer for the Lucifer comic.
No, I didn't catch that at all.
Yeah.
I don't catch a lot of writers, especially.
And they even got like a whole bit where they're like comparing the dossier and the picture from the murder, and like, yeah, this is definitely Mike Carey.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was all kind of fun.
I liked it. The show's still got one major problem that they refuse to do anything about. Like Lucifer's learning from previous episodes. I mean, he's figured out that he's vulnerable. He's investigated why he's vulnerable. By the way, best line in it for me, I think this week probably was he's talking to the therapist and she's misinterpreting what he means by vulnerable, and he says, "No, she literally makes me exsanguinate."
Yep.
Love that. But
I love that. Yeah.
Like Chloe though, she still hasn't figured out anything about Lucifer, and I'll give her a little bit of a head start for not willing to believe something supernatural is happening, because, you know, it'd be the first time in your life you were ever okay. All right. Even if I can argue that, still, Den shows up after like 3 weeks with obvious signs of kidnapping, and like no one cares.
I would have bigger problems with that, except that it's exactly how I feel about Dan. So I'm like, I can't imagine, people who actually have to deal with him on a daily basis. They're just like, oh, you're back? Okay. But you don't care why I have bruises and look like I've been kidnapped? No, not really, Dan. Oh, okay.
It was too much, man. Too much.
Crazy couple of weeks in Vegas, huh? One of those situations, maybe. I like that one angel can hurt another.
Yes. Yeah. And then him proceeding to, investigate her back.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, I mean, look, clearly her mother isn't an angel, so maybe her daddy's an angel. Maybe she's like half angel.
I don't know. Maybe that's why they introduced her mom. Maybe her mom is the angel. We didn't exactly get a shot of her back.
Her mom's not the angel. Her mom's not the angel.
I wouldn't suspect it either, but I guess we can't technically rule it out.
I seriously doubt that Rebecca De Mornay is going to show her back or at any point take off her shirt on the show.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
But, I wrote down here, damn, Maze be craving the touch of the divine, yo.
And she does. She tries to stay loyal to him, but she really doesn't want to kill Amenadiel. And again, I like it when these supernatural creatures are supernaturally physical. So he just wakes up in time to grab her hand. That's cool. Keep that kind of stuff coming. Or for God's sake, their fight scene. That was just a slugfest. I mean,
it was, and I wrote
a wonderful time with it.
Dude, look, I think it was better choreography than it was on Arrow. Those punches meant something. They hurt.
Yeah,
they felt like they had weight to them.
You could see, them rocking each other. So much fun, so good. And a part of the reason that was rewarding is, like I said, I've been waiting this whole season to really see him let loose and start punching some people. Mm-hmm. But as you said with Arrow, which we've managed to talk about 3 times this week, even though they didn't air.
I know that's a testament to how much we like the show,
right? But
even if it was all in negative ways, I don't even remember.
No, I think there was some. I don't remember. But the way they're fighting here is it's a completely different style. Arrow's got this flashy, very martial arts based kind of style. It's supposed to be quick and it's almost acrobatic in certain ways. No, these two. This is a drunken bar fight. These are
pretty amazing.
Yeah, actually reminded me a lot of the Mick and Snart fight a few episodes ago. Because when we came into that, it just looked like they had walked into the room. One punched the other came back, and they just sat there and punched each other until someone didn't get up anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. And his little line, he throws him into the bar, right? And then after he leaves, he just looks at the bar well, now where am I going to get a drink?
Yeah, I like that line. I wrote that line down.
Yeah. And before that, too, there's a line when him and the, what do you call him? Detective Stash? Mm-hmm. When him and Porn Stash are hanging out, which, by the way, still love his performance. This guy's just having so much fun with his role that I'm actually enjoying him do his role. He
was phenomenal this episode. Just... Everything he was saying to Lucifer was like, "You are insane."
Right. I've dug his performance on the show pretty much outright. But yeah, and those two hanging out, great scene, just wonderful scene. Mm-hmm. But the best line in it for me was just how angry Tom Ellis is when he just says, "Stop blaming me." He's so pissed off about the fact that humans make. I love this aspect of it. Humans make bad decisions because they're decisions, and somehow he's the guy that gets the rap for it. He fucking forced him to. Mm-hmm. That's just one of my favorite things they're doing with it. If they stuck to that kind of thing more often, and as I've said, Tom Ellis can do angry. He can do it really well. Let him do it. Yeah. The longer they're sticking to that kind of stuff, man, I'm down. Yeah. I might as well be because they're renewed.
Right. So I'm interested. I like all the Maze Amenadiel stuff. Amenadiel. Yeah. But I have to wonder. That's clearly Amenadiel's place. Did he come to Earth and get a job so that he could afford a sex den?
That's one of the strangest rooms I've ever seen. Right.
He's the bed is in the middle of the floor.
No, here's what happened. You know that angels and demons in this show don't have realistic concepts of human environs, right? We've proven that, right? He came down here and he was he looked at the list of things people have and it said bedroom, so he went, cool, bedroom, check. And he put a bed in the middle of a room and thought he was done. He walked away and went, I have achieved my purpose.
It's draped in all these white linens and white curtains.
Look like a comfy bed.
There's a fireplace.
Just looks
I like a bed
that...
against the wall. I like to be against the wall.
I've never tried any other alternative. I didn't know. I didn't know you could just put one in the middle of the room.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've thrown a bed in the middle of the room before. I didn't care for it. One, I wanted more space because I've never had too huge of a space. Two,
not a problem in this room he's talking about.
And look, as a guy living by himself, sure, I could throw a bed in the middle of a living room. It'd be fine, but, don't really care for it. One, I don't want to feel like I'm about to fall off the bed at any given point. Two, I kind of like the option to, lean up against the wall because sometimes the wall gets cold.
Right.
And it's a nice little, chill that you can be like, oh, I'm kind of hot and sweaty. Or I've been sleeping too hard and too wrapped up in my covers. Let me just throw my back. Oh, there it is.
It's it's that old phrase, the cold side of the pillow effect. Yeah.
Right. But at some point, both sides of the pillow are warm.
Eventually. And that's when it's just time to go ahead and wake up.
And you need a wall.
Go ahead and admit that the day has started.
The day has not started when both sides of the pillow are warm. That's like an hour after I go to sleep.
I think maybe you just need air conditioning. I don't know.
Oh, I got air conditioning, buddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
you
65.
You keep it in the 50s.
Not the 50s, 65.
Nice, man. I've put on jackets in the middle of the summer to come over to your house.
It's 65, man. 65.
To me, that might as well be 30. I would not make a good Canadian.
I'm sorry you're old and brittle.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is that you are that makes you so cold.
We'll take old and brittle.
Menopausal? I don't know. Postmenopausal? I think that's probably closer to the truth.
Yeah.
You have these old ladies who are they've already gone through the life change. You go over to an old lady's house, man. The older these ladies get, they're in a sweater, they're wrapped up in a blanket, they're shaking, they're so cold, and it's 85 degrees in the house. I have lots of family members. I've been watching this go down for years.
I actually haven't paid much attention.
Yeah. My girlfriend's mom, she keeps it 80, 85 degrees in the house.
That's probably just why I've never noticed, though.
Sweaters and blankets. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably why I've never noticed. I'm fine at 80, 85 degrees, so it just never occurred to me.
Yeah.
I've walked in and gone, oh, it's comfortable in here. Thank you. Something I enjoyed out of this episode.
That's why old people move to Florida.
Getting back to the actual show. They had the whole bit with the Satanist, with the satanic preacher. I enjoyed. Really enjoyed.
Yeah.
First of all, I liked that he's just trapped in this shit job now and he wishes he could get out. Because I've never thought of satanic preacher as a career choice, but it sounded hilarious when he described it.
Right.
And it doesn't Lucifer have some line in there about what is this, an alien, a fetus, a pickled demon?
Oh, yeah, pickled demon. That was good.
Yeah.
I liked him looking at the horned, goated version of himself and going, no, that's not me. I manscape.
Right.
That was fun.
He did have a lot of good lines about, I don't know, about who he is in the overall scheme of things. When he's talking to again, that conversation we keep going back to is he says they were innocent. I would never hurt them. I'm not a monster. Mm-hmm. And then later it comes back to I'm not evil. I punish evil, a torturer, an inflictor of just desserts, sure. And then kind of goes on to continue his rant. Mm-hmm. But oh man, one of the best retorts I had, because there's a whole thing going on with Amenadiel too, where he kind of says, who is it that tells him if you're not happy here, go home? Isn't it Maze that tells him that?
If you're not what?
If you're not happy here, go home. I think it was.
I don't actually remember.
I think it was Maze.
I think it was Chloe.
Maybe somebody tells Amenadiel though, if you're not happy, just go home. And he actually says I can't. I can't face my father as a failure. And you kind of feel for him at the moment, but then they come back to it a little bit later, where during the fight, Lucifer asks him question marks here, heaven, are you sure that's still home? Because they've actually made a point to they've pointed out that the stuff that Amenadiel's done at this point is not very angelic, and Lucifer's acting more less like a devil and more like someone interested in justice. So they've made it a point that there's a little bit of role reversal going on between those two, and then they've also kind of harped on the fact that, well, how do you know how do you know that you know your father's plan kind of thing. And I've been saying all along, I'd kind of like end of the season, I'd almost like it if they switched roles for a second, if that was part of what they were building up to. But the fact that I can even say that they've all been pointing to something and it had a good dialogue, like I said, dangerously close to being a good show this week. If this had been like episode 4, I would love this show.
Yep. I mean, it's not going to be too little too late for us because we, have commitments and we'll watch the next season.
Yeah.
Probably not too little too late for anybody else either, or a lot of people anyway. We've actually gotten a lot of people who have commented and said they're out, they're not going to watch anymore.
Every now and then we'll just get a tweet or a message. It's like, all right, guys, this show's garbage. Sorry, I'm done.
Not our show, Lucifer.
I assumed they meant Lucifer.
Yeah, they said Lucifer. They're
Thank
like,
God.
Enjoy your reviews. Probably still keep listening to the reviews, but the show's absolute shit.
Yeah.
So it's not just us, but yeah, this episode was good. If every episode was like this, I mean,
what are they on? Episode
yay?
12 now. If you'd in the last couple episodes have shown a lot more promise than previous. So let's say you take the last 3 episodes, like 10, 11, and 12. We'll keep them, and then if you just let me cut episodes 1 through 9. Actually, no, I liked the pilot. I like the pilot just fine. Let me cut episodes 2 through 9 down to about 1 episode. We'd be on episode 5 of a good show.
Yeah. Like unbeknownst to me, Matt and Jeff decided to start doing episode synopsises like the week we started doing them.
Nice. No, that was a team decision because we're organized and stuff. Go network.
I like to think of it as great minds think alike.
Right.
But like last week we did this for the first time. We did the synopsis, and that day, because I haven't caught up on Marvel stuff, so I haven't been able to really, because they get into spoilers on the MCU cast.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to keep up with that. And Bethany texted me, was like, "Hey, so the MCU cast is doing the synopsis too. I just heard their new episode." And I called Matt, and he was like, "Hey, man," and I went, "You son of a bitch." And he's like, "What, did you hear that I actually watched and liked Lucifer?"
No, but now I have a real reason to hate you.
I was like, "No. How much did you watch? Just the pilot? Oh, you're good.
You're fine. Yeah. No. There's still hope for you.
No, here's the thing. You did this."
Actually, if he hasn't watched any other episodes, we should suggest that he do an experiment. Watch episode 1, 10, 11, and 12, and tell me if you think anything's missing. Just skip 2 through 9 completely.
I think he would, but
that's a busy guy too. Maybe he'll take it as a good excuse to save some time.
a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all I have on Lucifer 112. I'm interested to see where Amenadiel and Lucifer are going. I'd be okay if Amenadiel says he's already Lord of Hell, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Whatever. Let's do that.
yeah. See where this goes.
I mean, unfortunately, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like, Amenadiel is going to be, given the task of taking over Hell, and then we'll get, another, 3/4 of a season with, Lucifer with the Britneys solving crimes. And then, they'll get to the end of season 2, and it'll be like, Amenadiel is sick of doing this again, and, well, we have to do this. And, by the way, this guy might be asleep, but shh, we're not going to say for sure.
No. What they have to do, this is easy. We end it where I'm saying we should end it. Amenadiel takes over Hell for Lucifer, and turns out that was part of the divine plan the whole time. Somehow, whatever. Don't even care. As long as they switch roles and Amenadiel takes over Hell properly, you can accomplish what I need you to accomplish. Because then season 2 can be, Amenadiel's really bad at running Hell. And then you end up with kind of a little bit of a Reaper premise happening, where people are escaping, the Endless get out, stuff like that. So you end up with Lucifer trying to actually corral all these people and get them back. So the end of season 2, they switch back because Lucifer realizes that no one can actually do the job correctly. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, you get to see all these nice, fun people that can show up.
Well, I mean, Amenadiel's been doing this purportedly for 5 years already. They've been doing a pretty good job of it. My question is, who's been running Hell since Amenadiel left and has been sleeping with maids? I don't know. I'd be okay with Demon of the Week.
No, it'd be better than
instead of
Biped of the Week.
No more normal crimes. Chloe accepts. That should be season 2. Chloe accepts that Lucifer is Lucifer.
If they just get to that in season 1, I'll be happy. If somewhere during the next episode,
here's what would be fun. With Amenadiel on Earth, someone winds up instead of being sent to hell for his sins, winds up finagling himself into being the Lord of Hell, and it's Malcolm.
If anyone could do it.
He starts letting people loose.
If anyone could do it. No, I mean, by the way, the cliffhanger for this episode isn't bad. I mean, I don't know what we're doing here, but he's in real danger. I mean, she's near him, so he actually can be shot, and now he has to go to jail. Mm-hmm. I'm just hoping that they get him to jail, and then she walks out of the precinct for half a second, and he just busts through the damn wall. Like something nice and big like that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm afraid they're just going to do a cat and mouse where, like, if she's the one who catches him, he will die. Somebody else has to catch him or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess next week is the season finale.
Yeah, so part of the reason we might be actually enjoying the show this week is we've been asking the show to do more and to get on with it. Well, they've got, this episode and the last one, so time to get on with it.
Right. We'll probably have this exact problem next year.
Yeah.
We'll just be like, come on, get on with it. The first episode was okay, and then it was all bad.
And it just got strange for forever, and then it was finally good.
What do you mean it was renewed for seasons 3 and 4?
Yeah.
It hasn't even been on for 2 weeks.
Right.
Anyway, I think I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, I'm out.
Go. Thank you guys for listening to DC On Screen. You can find every episode on DCOnScreen.com. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever pods are caught. We're also on Facebook and Twitter under DC On Screen as well, so keep that in mind. We are proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Check out the other awesome shows on the network, including our sister show, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Podcast, hosted by our buddies Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall. Our next episode, we'll be reviewing The Flash 218 versus Zoom. Until then, keep some DC on your screen.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.